Alright guys, so today's topic is going to be tires. Now, since I've updated the suspension, rough country coil springs, disconnect sway bar, skyjacker shocks, bastard pack in the rear, it lets my vehicle higher, which makes these 32-inch tires look smaller. Now they are worn down a little bit, but I kind of want something that can fill up the fender well a little bit more, but I'm hoping to avoid any trimming as much as I can, trying to keep this as original as possible. But as far as the rims go, I'm gonna go ahead and keep those. And over here we got a BF Goodrich 35 by 12.5 by 15, so it is the rim I want. So I'm probably gonna have to keep the spacers in order to keep the offset that I want, because these are an 11.5 inch wide and these are 12.5 inch wide. The front might fit a little bit better, but the back I'm not really sure. I might have to trim just a little bit, but again, I'm trying not to cut in the body as much as I can. I like to leave all that alone, but I'm pretty sure I can squeeze these in there. They are used, as you can tell. The owner that had these had alignment issues, so some of these, I got a set of 4. Some of these have a little bit of what's called cupping, and it's when the tread gets lower and higher as it goes down the tire. That has to do with your alignment, not your caster. Caster is this way. Your alignment has to do with your tie rod when you turn. So don't get those two mixed up. If it had a caster issue, it will be worn down on one side, which is due to worn ball joints. Now, I don't have that problem, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the tires that aren't cupped on the front and the tires that are cupped on the back. But I'm gonna go ahead and head to the tire shop and get them put on, and I'm gonna keep you guys up to date. barely clears. I'm definitely gonna do some trimming. It is under load right now because I have it sitting on the axle, but I'm gonna have to trim the front fenders a little bit and go from there. Back fits perfectly. I wasn't really worried about the back as much as I was the front. I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of them on, and I'm gonna torque them down. Torque the rim, you're only gonna wanna lower the vehicle halfway. That doesn't pull a full load in the torque and you're able to torque them properly. On a Jeep Cherokee, I like to keep around 90 foot-pounds. That's probably ideal. How she drives. Not bad so far. I tightened my steering box yesterday. It's still a little bit too tight. I think I'm going to loosen it a bit. Other than that, it doesn't feel bad so far. As far as the balancing goes, you guys saw how much weight it needed. But technically what they recommend, not to go over 3 ounces. And the tire was asking for like 6 or 7 ounces. So I was able to balance one side, but not both. I was able to zero out one side on all 3 tires, but not both sides. But you know, they say you can't always have it both ways. But I'm going about 45, 50. I'm gonna pick up the speed here, see if I notice any more vibration or wobbling. I put the tires that has some wear on them, the cupping wear is what they call it. I put those on the back, and I don't feel them that much. But once again, I'm going at a lower speed. But I mean, this thing's a cruiser at this point. I'm not planning on going on any long trips in this thing. But yeah, overall it drives pretty nice. It doesn't drive better, I'll tell you that. But it definitely feels like riding on 35s, but pretty comfy for what it is. Considering that they're not brand new. I'm thinking the next tires after this will be the same size, but instead I'll have all-terrains. These are strictly mud tires, which they don't recommend on the road because they wear down faster. That's what happened to my last pair of tires. They wore down so quickly. I only had them on for a little over a year, but they're made for strictly the dirt, not the pavement. So yeah, definitely all-terrains is the way to go. But these will work for now, considering the price I got them for. But yeah, I love it. So I'm gonna take it back to the house. I'm gonna shine the tires and adjust the steering box a little bit. All right, here we go. See how it flexes. A little bit. All right, in order to get to the steering box, you're gonna wanna take off this electric fan. It's just 2 be sure to keep these in a safe place. The next thing, undo the electrical connection like that. And there might be a little bit of finagling involved to get this out of the way. Just wiggle it, kind of move this hose out of the way, and it should just come right up like that. Down there is that little bolt. It is a 16 millimeter, and in the center of it you have an Allen head bolt. Now you're going to want to get your Allen head, I'm not sure what size it is, loosen it up, and you're going to turn this. If it's too tight, you're going to want to turn to the left. If your steering's too loose, you're going to want to turn to the right. So that's what's in charge of adjusting your steering. Now, if you were to tighten it, you're going to want to adjust it to where you feel the slightest bit of resistance. You don't want to go crank it down too hard because you'll crush your bearings. So I'm just going to loosen mine a bit, just enough to make it a little more free. The way you can know is if you go inside your vehicle, and if you're driving, of course, and you want to go turn, if the wheel doesn't turn back freely by itself, then that's how you know it's too tight. And mine turns back about halfway, but not all the way. So I'm going to loosen it, and I'm going to see what that does. Alright, once we're done with that, go ahead and put everything back in. Just weasel this in there. Like so. So that's tight. Put your electrical connection back on. Like so. And you're done. Is to cut it right along this body line right here. Cut the plastic there. Then I'm going to trim the metal behind it. Now there is a bolt here and here holding this fender in, but I'm thinking it's not going to matter that much, or I can just self-tap a screw right behind it, or I can just cut it off altogether. But I'm just going to start off small and go ahead and work my way up from there. Alright, so it clears a lot better. It's probably about as good as it's going to get for now. I'm going to go ahead and clean this up a little bit better. Then I'm going to maybe screw this into the fender or something. But I'll keep you guys up to date. Alright, she's all done. Trim this off a little bit. The fender liner was already missing when I cut it the first time. But I'm just going to get some more plastic and weld it together. And the back, haven't done much to it. I decided to shine the tires up since they were dirty. They still need to be a little bit washed, but it's supposed to rain here soon. This side, actually, this whole fender liner was missing on this side, and I bought one on Amazon. So this part is still here, so I just screwed it to the inside of the fender here. It's got a little metal bracket that it hangs on to, and follows the contour still pretty well, and it's nice and flush now. So that's good. And I turned it and everything, and it clears the fender perfectly. So I'm not gonna do any major off-roading in this thing. It's mainly just for looks. A little bit of trail riding here and there, but I'll tell you what, it's one big upgrade. It's crazy how a set of tires, I mean, not even just the rims, like the tires alone, just makes the car look so different. But I'm happy with it. Front looks a lot better. Tires nice and wide. Fills up the inner fender well real well. But I like it. So if you find this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and see you guys in the next video.